Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys like my videos. This is a story of what if Naruto becomes the Black Death of Konoha. Naruto changes in the Wave arc. It all starts from the bridge that Tazuna built. Before we start, be sure to check the description for the creator of this great fanfic, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like and give review of this video. So let's start. Chapter 28. A week later. It has been a week since Naruto has woken up. He was being released today, and Hinata was waiting for him. Naruto was currently standing before a full-body mirror. He was looking at the 3 scars on his chest. Naruto gingerly touched the scar. This sucks. Naruto thought as he pulled the shirt over his head when he felt 2 arms wrap around him from behind. Naruto-kun, you shouldn't be caught like this. He heard Hinata breath into his ear. Well, seems like someone is frisky. Naruto said with a smirk. What can I say, you are irresistible. Hinata whispered to him as she helped pull his shirt over his head. Geez Hinata, it is like you are a new person. Naruto said with a smirk. What can I say, I am happy. She said, smiling at him. And I think I know why. Naruto told her as he kissed her on the lips. Ahem. A voice said from the door, and the two separated to see Tsunade at the door. I will disregard what I just heard. Tsunade told them as they blushed and looked away from each other. Naruto cleared his throat as he slipped his cloak over his shoulders. So what would you like? Naruto asked. There is a council meeting and the main topic is you. Tsunade told him as she looked nervous. I figured this day would come sooner or later. Naruto said as he straightened his cloak. Figured what? Hinata asked, confused. The civilian council never liked me much, so they often tried to find reasons to kick me out of the village, or be executed. Naruto told her as he heard her knuckles start to crack. He looked at her fists to see them clenched tight. And since I heard or killed their precious Uchiha, they will be more amped to at least kick me out of the village. Those bastards. Hinata exclaimed. I remember one not too long ago. Naruto said. Flashback begins. Naruto was standing in the council room. The civilians were glaring at Naruto with hate. Why didn't you give Sasuke-kun's katana back to him? A councilwoman demanded. His katana? Naruto asked with a laugh. Do you know what, if he can actually hold it for longer than a few seconds, I will hand it over to him willingly. Naruto said as he pulled his katana out and stabbed it into the wooden floor. Oh, and I hope Sasuke-kun can handle an A-ranked lightning jutsu running through his system. Naruto said. Elaborate. Shibi said. This sword isn't like your normal ones. Naruto said. This blade has a sentient being sealed in it. The lightning black dragon. Naruto told them. There are 9 katanas to battle the demon lords. So you are wielding the only thing that can kill the thing in you? Another councilwoman asked. Once again no. Naruto said. This is the second most powerful blade in current existence. Naruto told them. Where is this blade? Danzo asked. I don't know. Naruto told him. The Uzumaki clan gave it to the only non-Uzumaki that could wield their blades. Naruto added. How many of these blades were created? Danzo inquired. I will not tell you that because it is an Uzumaki clan secret. Naruto said. You will tell us, demon brat. A councilman yelled. Hiashi, tell me why I cannot learn the Hyuga Kaden. Naruto said. It is a Hyuga clan secret. Hiashi stated as he tried to hide his smirk. You cannot tell me to talk about a clan secret when that clan isn't even a part of Konoha. Naruto told them as Sasuke walked in. Guess what, Sasuke, I made a deal with them. If you can hold the katana for more than a few seconds, you get it. Naruto told him as he smiled at the arrogant brat. Naruto-kun, this shouldn't be as funny as it is. Kyubi told him with a chuckle as Naruto watched Sasuke grab the hilt of the blade, and within 2 seconds Sasuke was thrown across the room courtesy of a large lightning bolt. Oh, now that was satisfying. Naruto said with a smirk as he grabbed the hilt of the katana and sheathed it. I am leaving now. Naruto told them as he walked out of the room with the civilian council yelling about Naruto hurting Sasuke-kun. Flashback end. They never did like me. Naruto told her as they walked out of the room. They have tried multiple times to have my katana taken away. I want to rip their heads off. Hinata growled out. I bet you do. Naruto said. Hinata, you will not be allowed into the room with us. Tsunade stated. What is this meeting about? Naruto asked. It is a trial. Tsunade told him sadly. But I have a mission for you no matter what the outcome is of the trial. She told him. Okay. Naruto said as he kissed Hinata before Tsunade and Naruto walked into the room to see the elder, civilian council, shinobi council, and Danzo. Naruto sighed as he saw the entire shinobi council glaring at him. Welcome back Naruto. Shibi said formally. I don't get why I don't get a seat on the council since I am basically at all of them. Naruto joked. I would wholly agree to that. Shibi stated clearly not affected by Naruto's joke. I do have two questions. Naruto stated gaining all their attentions. Danzo is the Uchiha clan representative correct? He asked as they all nodded. Then what is he doing here? Naruto asked. There is no Uchiha loyal to the village so he has no right to be here. Naruto said. The pup is correct. Tsume stated. Danzo has no right to be here since Sasuke Uchiha isn't loyal anymore. Sasuke-kun is loyal, a councilman exclaimed but was quickly put in his place as 5 very high killer intents was directed at him. Suond, Tsume, Hiashi, Shikaku, and Choza were all glaring at the man. Because of Sasuke my son was hurt, the 5 yelled at the man. Everyone was shocked to hear Tsunade openly say Naruto was her son. Danzo you are to leave immediately. Tsunade ordered as Danzo growled and left the room. Now to begin with this farce. Tsunade stated. Naruto Uzumaki you are here to be brought on the absurd charge of assaulting another loyal shinobi of Konoha. Tsunade said. You should show Sasuke-kun some more respect, a councilman exclaimed. Are you trying to order me the Hokage around? Tsunade growled at the man making him cower. Pup how do you plea? Tsume asked. Not guilty. Naruto said. It says in this report that you warned him is that correct? Hiashi asked. Yes I did. Naruto said. I told him that I didn't want to hurt him and to come back to Konoha. He then told me that Konoha was holding him back. Which I replied with, that he was only keeping himself back by working alone. Naruto told them. I then told him that if he goes any further that I would take him back with force, or kill him so Orochimaru doesn't get the Sharingan. Naruto told them. Outside of the Hokage Tower Hinata was pacing back and forth along the steps in front of the Hokage Tower when the Konoha 12 came running up to her. Hinata is it true? Sakura demanded. Is the council really kicking Naruto out? It is a trial. Hinata told her. And I don't know what to do. Hinata said. Try using your Byakugan to see what is going on. Ino told her as Hinata looked sheepishly away. They put Byakugan deflecting seals on the walls preventing anyone from peering into the room. Hinata said sheepishly. She is correct. Neji stated as he deactivated his Byakugan. What are the charges? Shikamaru asked. I don't know but Naruto-kun told me that the civilian council has been looking for a reason to kick him out of the village. Hinata told them. Why? Kiba asked. There was a pregnant pause before Hinata answered. That is for Naruto-kun to tell you. Hinata told them. It is his secret to tell not mine. She said. Secret, they all said in unison. Does it have to do that red chakra he uses sometimes? Sakura asked. Like I said I cannot tell you. Hinata said calmly. But that simple sentence told them everything they needed to know. Back in the council room. Several hours later Naruto was standing still in front of the council, waiting for the verdict. Tsume stood and looked at Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki we of the Shinobi and Civilian Council found you innocent of all charges against you. Tsume told him as Naruto bowed his head at them. You may leave at any time. Tsume said. Goodbye Honorable Council. Naruto said as he bowed to them and walked out of the room and sighed. I hate these meetings. I definitely do not want to do this when I take my seat on the council. Naruto thought as he saw his friends sitting outside of the tower. What are you guys doing? Naruto asked startling them. Naruto, Sakura began when Tsunade appeared behind him. Naruto I need you in my office immediately. Tsunade told him before vanishing again. I got to go, Naruto said as he vanished to Tsunade's office. The two appeared in her office at the same time. Naruto, what I am about to say is serious. Tsunade told him as she walked to her desk and sat in the chair. Naruto took the seat in front of her. What is it Hokage-sama? Naruto asked seriously. Some of your father's enemies have found out about you somehow. Tsunade said shocking him. The Tsuchikage was replaced recently, with someone who despises your father. Jiraiya told me that any Konoha shinobi who enter the territory of Iwa has a kill on-sight order. He recently sent a letter that told me to either hand you over or we go to war. Tsunade told him. Are you going to hand me over? Naruto asked as Tsunade shook her head. No, I will not. She told him. But I will send you on a long-term mission where you will be declared a missing nin. You will have to desert Konoha for at least 2 years to allow me to gather my forces. Who else is with the new Tsuchikage? Naruto asked. The Raikage is with him, Mizukage isn't with him. She told me she was staying neutral until it is determined if her land will be taken over. And Suna doesn't have a cage yet. Tsunade told Naruto. The Tsuchikage gave me 3 months to hand you over. You have to desert by then. She told him. This will be an S-ranked mission. Who will know about this? Naruto asked, clenching his fist tightly. No one will know. Tsunade told him. It will be dangerous for them. Tsunade told him. Naruto nodded and swallowed the lump in his throat. This is going to be tough. Naruto said solemnly. I know it is, Naruto, but it is essential. She told him. Do me one favor. Naruto trailed off as Tsunade nodded firmly. Watch out for Hinata, I know she will be crushed when she finds out that I left the village. Naruto told her as he stood. I think I should go. Naruto said before he walked out of the office. It has affected him more than he is letting on. Tsunade thought. The boy is taking it hard. A male voice said behind her, scaring the life out of her. Damn it, Jiraiya. Tsunade yelled as she grabbed her large chest. You almost gave me a heart attack. She told him. I am sorry, Naruto is taking it hard. He said as he looked at the door. Jiraiya, I will need you to meet up with Naruto a year into his desertion. Tsunade told him. Bring him to Mount Myoboku to train with the toads. Tsunade ordered him. What they will be teaching him will be tough on him. Jiraiya told Tsunade as he remembered the grueling training the toads put him through. He shivered at the food they forced him to eat. But it will be worth it. Tsunade told him. Outside the Hokage Tower, Naruto walked out of the tower with his mind abuzz. How am I going to deal with the fact that I hurt Hinata? But if I don't leave, she will get hurt. But if I stay, I might be able to keep her from being hurt. Naruto's thoughts were all along this line. He was brought out of his musing when he felt a hand on his shoulder. Naruto turned to see Hinata with a worried look. What is wrong, Naruto-kun? Hinata asked worriedly. Their friends all looked worried except for Gaara and Neji, they both had expressionless expressions. Nothing, Tsunade just told me about an incredibly difficult mission I will have to go on in the future. Naruto told her truthfully. He isn't telling me everything. Hinata thought. Hey Hinata, want to go on a date? Naruto asked as Hinata nodded. Maybe I can get whatever he isn't telling me. Hinata thought as she nodded, and the two walked away from their friends. Chapter 29. It has been a week since the trial and things have mostly gone back to normal. Tsunade has started sending genin teams out where they had to fight tougher opponents. She was doing it so discreetly that no one could see it unless they were looking. The Rookie 12 were taking on some of the hardest missions. Naruto was taking on B and A ranked missions while the others took B ranked. Naruto had finally gotten a day off and was doing some light training when he caught the scent of lavender in the air. Hello Hinata-chan. Naruto said as he struck the post. What is wrong, Naruto-kun? Hinata asked. Nothing. Naruto said as he placed his mask on. Drop it, Naruto, I know when you are lying. She told him with an edge on her voice. It isn't your problem, I have just been thinking about a mission I will be going on soon. Naruto told her. Naruto-kun, if you are sad it is my problem. She told him quietly as she caressed his cheek. Naruto nuzzled into her hand. I wish I could tell you, but it will put you in danger. Naruto whispered to her. Just tell me that you will be fine. Hinata told him. I can't tell you that because not even I know what will happen. Naruto told her. Just try to be safe. She told him as she wrapped her arms around his neck. I will do my best. Naruto whispered to her as he pulled her closer and kissed her deeply. The two heard a whistle and they quickly separated to see their friends walking up to them. Hinata sent a glare at them. Who interrupted us? Hinata growled as they all pointed to Kiba. What? Kiba exclaimed as Hinata appeared behind him and dragged him away. They are lying, Hinata. Kiba yelled as Hinata dragged him behind a tree, and a few seconds later a high-pitched girly scream was heard. Hinata walked back out dragging an unconscious Kiba. What did you do to him? Tenten asked. Oh, I just cast a simple genjutsu on him that made him think he was in a room with no way out. Hinata said. That doesn't seem enough to knock him out. Neji said. Oh, did I forget to tell you that the room had cats appearing in it? Hinata said. He just pissed himself. Naruto said. How do you know that? Lee asked as Naruto pointed to the puddle underneath him. That is gross. Shino said as Shikamaru pulled a camera out and took a picture. So what do you guys want? Naruto asked. We came to find out why the civilians hate you. Neji said as he saw Naruto tense. I can see that this is a testy subject. He added. You could say that. Naruto said as Hinata grabbed his hand. You all know what happened 13 years ago. Naruto asked. Yeah, the Yondaime fought and killed the Kyuubi. Sakura said. How was the Kyuubi killed? Naruto asked. I don't know. Sakura told him. The Kyuubi was never killed. Naruto told them, shocking them. The Yondaime did the only he could with a creature of Kyuubi's power. He sealed it away. Naruto added, shocking them. Into a newborn baby to be exact. Naruto told them. That is horrible. Sakura gasped. It is. Naruto told her. Since Kyuubi was rested and wasn't weakened like with the first two Jinchurikis, Minato was forced to use the Shikifujin. It is a seal that a Jinchuriki cannot use. It calls forth the Shinigami and at the cost of your soul and chakra you can seal anything away. Naruto explained. First two Jinchurikis. Neji asked. Mito Uzumaki Senju the Shodai's wife and Kushina Uzumaki my mother. Naruto told them. That is where these scars came from. It was the influence of Kyuubi while I was in the womb. How was Kyuubi released? Shikamaru asked. A man in an orange mask. Naruto trailed off as he clenched his fist and turned towards the training post and punched it as hard as he could. They watched as the training post exploded due to the force of the punch. Hinata placed her hand on his shoulder. It is okay, Naruto-kun. Hinata whispered to him. Naruto took a breath and became calmer. A man with an orange mask broke into the barrier that was set up for my birthing. Naruto told them he could sense the questions coming. The reason the barrier was set up is because during birth the seal is at its weakest and a civilian could break the seal. Naruto told them. Well, the man took me away from the previous elders that he had killed. He ordered Minato to get away from my mother or else he would kill me. Naruto told them and heard the girls gasp. Naruto-kun never told me this. Hinata thought. When Minato was far enough away the man threw me outside forcing Minato to use the Hiraishin no Jutsu to catch me in time. Naruto swallowed the lump in his throat. Minato instantly transported me to the safe house where he laid me on a bed. While Minato was taking care of me the man had released the Kyuubi from my mother and took over the Kyuubi's mind. Minato instantly went out and brought my dying mother back to me while he fought the man. But the man was using a technique where he could make himself intangible. And Minato Namikaze being smarter, stronger, has more endurance, and more stamina than Might Guy, Shikaku Nara, and Kakashi Hatake combined. He was able to injure the man and then gave the Kyuubi enough control back to stop all of her attacks. Minato instantly went back to my mother as she was trying to draw the Kyuubi back into herself so Kyuubi would die with her. Naruto-kun, why have I not heard of this? Hinata interrupted him. Because this man is the co-creator of Akatsuki. Naruto told her as she gasped. Now where was I? Oh yes, my mother was pulling Kyuubi back into herself but didn't have enough chakra to do so, her life force was leaving her. She wanted me to at least have a family to live with. Naruto told them. She knew that if she couldn't reseal the Kyuubi into herself Minato would use the Shikifujin. But all she could do is hold the raged Kyuubi in place allowing Minato to cast the Shikifujin. Normally the Shinigami would use the caster for the sealing process but instead he used a child. Naruto said lifting his shirt to show the intricate seal. He sealed Kyuubi into me. Naruto told them shocking them even more. Naruto swallowed as his friends digested this new information. Hinata, did you know of this? Sakura asked. Most of it, but what happened to his mother he never told me. Hinata told her pinkett friend. Yush, my eternal rival, is an amazing hero. Lee shouted as everyone sweet-dropped at the boy's antiques. Don't worry Naruto, I know a bit about seals. Tenten said smiling at him. Just because a kunai is sealed in a scroll doesn't make the scroll a kunai. She told him. If Hinata-sama trusts you then I do. Neji said. Well, that is Team Guy. Naruto thought. People don't like my clan because of our symbiotic relationship with bugs. Shino said. I will not hate you for something that was forced onto you. Sheesh, I knew you were strong Naruto but this is unreal. Kiba said smirking. Now I know where your cunningness came from. Who had recently woken up? What has the villagers done to you? Shikamaru asked. I don't think you can handle what they have done with me. Naruto told him seriously. Naruto, please tell us. Sakura pressed. Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. Naruto said before he started to tell them about the brutal beatings, starvation, assassination attempts, neglect, and ostracation from the most of the village. During all this Choji had stopped eating, the girls started to cry about what the villagers did to him. Kiba, Neji, Lee, and surprisingly Shino were all pissed. But even with all of what they have done to me I will still protect this village that my father and mother gave their lives for. Naruto told them. How could they do that to a child? Sakura croaked out behind her tears. The villagers do not know the mentality of a shinobi and didn't understand, and what they do not understand they fear, and hate it. Naruto told her. Naruto, you said your father was killed during the Kyuubi attack but only a handful of people died. Shikamaru told Naruto. Who is your father? He asked, already having suspicions about it. Have you guys wondered why the Yondaim's picture is not hung up anywhere? Naruto asked. Besides the Hokage monument. Naruto added as they all nodded. Naruto reached into his pocket and pulled out a worn-out picture. He showed it to them and they gasped. On the picture was Kushina Uzumaki, Minato Namikaze and Tsukumo Hatake. The Red Death of Konoha, my mother, the White Fang of Konoha, Tsukumo Hatake Kakashi's father, and the Yellow Flash of Konoha, Minato Namikaze. Guess which is my father? Naruto replaced the picture into his pocket. My parentage is an S-ranked secret, meaning if you talk about it you will be executed without a trial. It is to protect me from my father's enemies. How many of them could be still alive? Kiba asked. Try every single person in Iwa. Naruto said flatly. My father, mother, and Tsukumo took out an entire regiment of Iwa shinobi in less than 5 minutes. So let me get this straight, you are the son of the 2 strongest shinobi in the world. Shikamaru asked as Naruto nodded. I am never fighting you again. Kiba stated. I will work until I match your power of youth. Lee yelled, making everyone sweat drop, again. Sure. Naruto trailed off. Kiba is a pervert, Naruto thought. Hey Kiba. Naruto said, gaining Kiba's attention. Sexy jutsu. Naruto said as he transformed into a 16-year-old naked girl with a pair of fox ears and a fox tail. Kiba instantly rocketed backwards thanks to a bloody nose. Nah, Ru, 2, 3 voices said as Naruto turned to see very pissed off girls as he turned back into his regular self. Sakura, Ino, Tenten, don't do this. Naruto said as he saw Sakura and Ino cracking their knuckles while Tenten pulled out several scrolls. Oh Naruto-kun. Naruto heard behind him. He trailed off as he saw Hinata growing her wings. Crap. He said. Well, this was a good talk, so bye. Naruto exclaimed as the 4 attacked him and he vanished in a sphere of black. Chapter 30. Naruto walked into Tsunade's office to see piles of paperwork on her desk. She was slowly going through each pile. She looked up to see Naruto. Naruto, what are you doing here? Tsunade asked as she moved the pile of paperwork out of her way. I have a bad feeling about Iwa. Naruto told her. I don't know what it is, but I know that it is bad. I want to go investigate it. Naruto added as her eyes widened. Say what now? Tsunade asked. I want a mission to go investigate Iwa's territory. Naruto told her. No way. Tsunade exclaimed. That is the most stupidest thing I have ever heard. She exclaimed at him. I know it might sound stupid, but think like this: what if they are making something that could decide whether we win or lose in a war? Naruto asked. Tsunade let out a small growl. Fine, but you will not go alone. Tsunade told him. I wasn't planning on it. Naruto said. Who do you think should come? Jiraiya, of course, Shikamaru, Kakashi, and Kurenai. Tsunade told him. But this will be an S-ranked white mission. She told him as his eyes widened. You mean this will be a no paperwork, no record mission where if we are caught you declare us as missing nins? Naruto clarified as Tsunade nodded as she snapped her fingers and 4 Anbu appeared. Get me Kakashi Hatake, Jiraiya, Shikamaru Nara, and Kurenai Yuhi. Tsunade ordered as they nodded and vanished. Naruto, you do realize that those 3 will have to learn the reason why you are going. I am sure Kakashi knows who my father is. Shikamaru is pretty smart, so I think he probably knows, but I don't know about Kurenai sensei. Naruto told her as she nodded when Shikamaru and Kurenai walked through the door while Kakashi and Jiraiya opted through the window. What do you want, Tsunade-chan? You interrupted my researching. Jiraiya said. Naruto, Tsunade said as he nodded and threw a seal onto the floor and a dark hue appeared on the walls and floors. Naruto has requested a mission. What kind of mission needs two Junin, a Sannin and a genius? Kurenai asked. An S-ranked whitelist mission. Tsunade said as their eyes widened. Naruto is going to invade Iwa territory. Tsunade, that is dangerous. Jiraiya exclaimed. I know, and so does he. Tsunade told him. Why is it dangerous? Aren't we at peace with them? Kakashi asked. Not quite. Tsunade told him. Recently they have replaced the Sandaime Tsuchikage. Tsunade told them. The following information is a SS-ranked secret. She told them. You can leave now if you don't want to know. She added, but none moved. The new Tsuchikage has learned the heritage of one of our shinobi and demands we hand him over to prevent a war with them. Tsunade said. How is that something to go to war other? Kurenai asked. This person is the Yondaime's heir. Tsunade said as Kakashi's eyes widened. But all the Namikazes were killed during the last war and the Kyubi attack. Kurenai exclaimed. Not really, Minato's wife gave birth before she died. Tsunade said. Does Hinata know? Kurenai finally asked. Yes, of course she knows. Naruto told Kurenai. So why is it that you want to invade Iwa even though they are hunting you? Shikamaru asked. I have a bad feeling about something and it could mean something bad for Konoha. Naruto said. Troublesome. Why us? Kakashi asked. Jiraiya and yourself are ninjutsu masters, Kurenai is a genjutsu mistress while Shikamaru is a genius. Tsunade told him. You are the perfect strike force. I will not force you to come with me. Naruto told them. I know of one more person to help us. Who? Naruto? Gaara Shubaku. Naruto said. You are in luck, him and his sister is here. Tsunade told him. You can ask him to come if you want. Tsunade added as Naruto nodded. Okay, I will go ask him now. Naruto said as he ripped the seal off and vanished in a sphere of black. With Gaara was meditating in his room when he heard something move. He cracked open his eye to see a cloaked person. Hello, Naruto. Gaara said. Hey Gaara. Naruto replied. I have a big favor. I will do it. Gaara said, shocking Naruto. I owe you a lot, Naruto. I could probably do 1,000 favors and still be indebted to you. Gaara, this is something incredibly serious. Naruto told him. It could mean you being a missing nin if things go bad. Okay. Gaara said simply. We are going to invade Iwa. Naruto told him as he nodded. When do we leave? Gaara asked. I will contact you. Naruto told him before disappearing as the door opened. Gaara, who were you talking to? Temari asked. Shukaku was buzzing in my head again. Gaara told her as she nodded. Are you okay? Temari asked as he nodded. I might not be here tomorrow. Gaara told her. Why? She asked but didn't get a reply. Well, be safe wherever you are going. Temari told him before leaving. Late at night, Naruto had sent clones out to gather the team. It didn't take them long to get to him. He saw that they were all battle ready. He nodded to them and they all leapt away. Naruto, where are we going? Shikamaru asked. I have the feeling whatever is making me uneasy is by a body of water. Naruto told him as they leapt as silence took over again. The sun was cresting over the horizon when Naruto held his hand up to stop. The group besides Gaara looked haggard. We will rest for a little while. Naruto told him as a collective sigh was heard and they all sat against a tree. Naruto pulled out a map and looked at it. If we continue at this pace we will make it to the ocean shore in 2 or 3 days. Naruto thought. Where are we going first? Jiraiya asked. The ocean shore. Naruto told him. We will search the shoreline and if we find nothing we will move to lakes. It will take us at least 5 days to get there if we take rests. Jiraiya told him as Naruto nodded. I know you don't have my endurance and stamina. Naruto told him. We will have to be careful once we enter Iwa territory. He added as Jiraiya nodded. Naruto looked to see everyone but Jiraiya and Gaara sleeping. You two should sleep. Naruto advised. What about you? Gaara asked. I have enough energy to make it to the coast without sleep. Naruto told him. And some to spare. Jiraiya muttered before leaning against a tree and closed his eyes. How has Shukaku been doing at night? Naruto asked. Oh, thanks to Might Guy and Rock Lee I can sleep at night now. Gaara told him. That horrible unbreakable genjutsu. Naruto muttered as both Naruto and Gaara shivered. How long can you stay awake? Naruto asked. Without meditating 2 days. Gaara told him. How long before you need to sleep? Naruto asked. About 7 days. Gaara told him. Okay, so you and I will alternate keeping watch while the others sleep. Naruto told him as he nodded as went to meditate. Naruto sat down and closed his eyes. Naruto's mindscape. Naruto opened his eyes to see the lush forest again. He saw Kyubi sitting in front of several bookcases sorting scrolls. You know it is a pain in the ass to sort all these. Kyubi told him. You shouldn't have told me to make 200 plus clones to train. Naruto countered. I know. She said with a sigh. So what did you want? She asked. Do you have any idea what is happening in Iwa? Naruto asked. No, but my messengers of Kami have told me that there is a major disturbance there that could jeopardize the entire world. Kyubi told him. They didn't say what it is or where it is, just that it is evil. Okay, thanks. Naruto told her. You should get back, your team is waking. Kyubi told him as he nodded. Real-world Naruto's eyes opened to see Kurenai and Kakashi starting to stir. Naruto stood and walked over to Shikamaru and kicked him in the ass, waking him up rudely. Damn blondes. Shikamaru said, irritated as he stood. Naruto walked over to the sleeping Jiraiya. There are naked ladies everywhere. Naruto said quietly as Jiraiya's eyes snapped open and he leapt to his feet and had a notebook and pen out in less than a second. Naruto blinked at the speed before shaking his head. He saw that Kurenai was awake and was combing out her hair while Kakashi twisted in his sleep. Naruto sighed and walked over to Kakashi. Kurenai looked weirdly at him when he bent down next to Kakashi's ear. Look, the new Ika Ika book is on sale. Naruto whispered as Kakashi got up in the same fashion as Jiraiya did except for having cash in his hand. He looked around. That wasn't funny, Naruto. Kakashi said as Kurenai couldn't help but giggle. Maybe so, but I woke you up in less than 2 seconds. Naruto told him with a smile. Eat up, we are moving in 15 minutes. Naruto said as they nodded as he pulled out a ration bar and stuffed it into his mouth and chewed it before chasing it with water. He grimaced at the horrible taste. Ah, cardboard. Naruto mumbled with a shudder. Why can't they make these damn rations bar taste like something good, like ramen? Naruto said as everyone sweet dropped. It is good to see that you are still you, Naruto. Kurenai said as she shook her head at the boy. Why does everyone hate ramen? Naruto asked while shaking his head. I don't hate ramen, I just don't love it as much as you. Kurenai told him with a smirk. Time's up, everyone. Naruto said as they nodded and packed everything up. They all started leaping away. We are not stopping for 4 hours. Naruto told them. What did Kyubi say, Naruto? Gaara asked. She said that her messengers of Kami said that something evil is in Iwa right now. Naruto told him. So you can converse with Kyubi? Shikamaru asked as Naruto nodded. Right now she a bit ticked off at me because she told me to use 200 plus clones to train while she sorts everything out. Apparently she didn't expect me to be learning so many jutsus. Naruto said with a smirk as he heard a low growl in his head. So what is she like? Shikamaru asked. That depends. Naruto told him. During battles she is cold-hearted and wouldn't hesitated to kill if it meant someone precious to her will live. Outside of it, she is kind-hearted and would help me out with things. Naruto added. I am not cold-hearted. Kyubi exclaimed indignantly. Is she smart? Shikamaru asked. Shikamaru, she is several thousand years old. I am sure she is smart. Naruto told him. Do you just want me to tell you everything I know about Kyubi? Naruto asked flatly. That would be less troublesome. Shikamaru said lazily. Kyubi is the queen of summons. She is the second most powerful being in existence that is alive. Naruto told him. Well, chakra-wise. She is the only tailed beast who remembers anything from when they were the 10-tailed beast. She loves to play pranks on me, most of which are being naked when I go to visit her. Is she hot? Shikamaru asked. I opt not to answer that. Naruto said as he felt Kurenai glaring at him. Oh, you better answer it or I tell Hinata. Kurenai told him threateningly. She has pulled that prank on Hinata too when I would summon Kyubi to train with her. Naruto told her. Anyways, she is smart. I oftentimes play shogi with her, never won one game. Naruto added. Silence from now on. Naruto said as they crossed the border. Naruto crossed his fingers and hundreds of clones appeared and they hinged into forest critters and went ahead. Why did you do that? Kurenai whispered. Advance notice. Naruto whispered back. They will dispel if an enemy is close. Naruto added as she nodded. Several hours later Naruto held his hand up to signal them to stop and they gratefully stopped before Naruto threw a seal onto the ground and a barrier was put up around them. It is safe to talk now. Naruto told them. Naruto, how long do we have to rest? Kakashi asked. At most an hour. Naruto told him. Anything more and it would be endangering us. Naruto said as he nodded and pulled his book out. What is that? Gaara asked curiously as he looked at the book. Oh, this is, oh, you had better not try to turn that poor boy into a pervert, Kakashi Hatake. Kurenai said dangerously. Pervert? Gaara asked. Oh my, you are really innocent in this subject. Kurenai said. Well, I think it is time you two give these boys the talk. Kurenai said to Jiraiya and Kakashi. No thanks. Naruto said as he sat against a tree and ate another rations bar. Naruto, it is important to know the consequences. Kurenai said. Hormones leads to sex and when not careful sex leads to parenthood. Naruto said simply. That pretty much sums it up. Kakashi said. Sex? Gaara asked. Ask Shukaku, I am sure she will help you. Naruto said with a smirk. And a few seconds later a blush started to form on Gaara's cheeks and it grew darker with each second passed. Naruto's eyes widened. Everyone hide. Naruto exclaimed as he moved to a tree. An Iwa team is moving this way. He said as he snatched the seal up and moved into the tree as Gaara sank into the ground with Kakashi and Jiraiya. Naruto had dropped to all fours and transformed into a small blonde fox. While Kurenai casted an advanced genjutsu around her concealing herself from everyone. Kurenai watched as Naruto circled around before laid down on the ground when several people with Iwa headbands landed next to him. Naruto looked up at the people. Oh, look at the cute fox. A woman said as she lifted Naruto up and snuggled him. There is no time for this, we have to get to Iwa. A man said as the woman continued to snuggle him. Take the fox with you, but we have to get there fast. Shit, what are we going to do? Kurenai thought as the group moved on. Kurenai waited 15 minutes before releasing the genjutsu. This isn't good. She whispered as Kakashi, Jiraiya, and Gaara appeared. What are you going to do? Kakashi asked when a small bird landed in front of him before a puff of smoke appeared and Naruto was standing in front of him. The boss is going to investigate Iwa for us. The clone said. He wants you to continue to the ocean and set up camp in a cave there, set up some kind of marker so he can find it. The clone ordered before puffing away. With Naruto, the woman had not released Naruto as they came to a large village. This is your new home, Moiji-kun. The woman said as they walked into the village. This is not good, how long can I keep this form up? Naruto thought. About 12 days. Kyubi told him as he wiggled out of the woman's grasp, climbed onto her head and placed his head on his paws as they moved. Someone with purple hair caught Naruto's attention. He lifted his head up and looked around to see a lot of shinobi looking at the woman. The people scowled and glared at the woman. Who is that? She looks so familiar. Naruto thought as he continued to look at her. That is Rin, you are not to go near her. The woman said. Naruto's eyes widened at the name. Could that be the girl in my father's team? Naruto thought as they moved to a tall tower. Nightfall, it was fairly dark out when Naruto slipped out of the house that the woman lived at and he moved around looking for that woman. He sniffed the air and smelled a concentration of shinobi towards the center of the village. He moved towards the scent and saw 10 masked individuals watching a house intently. That must be where she lives. Naruto thought as he slowly moved towards the house. He peered into the house through a window to see the woman cooking dinner. On her wall was a Konoha headband. That has to be where she lives. Naruto thought as he searched around the house for a way in. He found a small hole in the side of the house and snuck in and walked up to the woman. She looked down at Naruto. Oh, hello there, little guy. The woman said as she bent down with a strip of cooked meat and gave to him to gnaw on. She watched as Naruto dug his claw into the wood, creating a seal, and pushed chakra into it as a dark hue took over the walls. Naruto transformed back to his human form and she let out a shriek. Who are you? She demanded. Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto told her as her eyes widened. Naruto, she exclaimed before hugging him tightly. It has been so long since I last saw you. She exclaimed before covering her mouth. She went to the window to look out, but the shinobi were unaffected. Don't worry, they can neither hear nor see what we are doing in here, all they will see is you eating at your table. Naruto told her. What are you doing here? Rin demanded. A mission I am on. Naruto told her. I can get you out of here if you want. Naruto added. But it will have to wait a while. I would love to go back to Konoha. She told him. What do you have to do? I have to gather information on the new Tsuchikage. Naruto told her. Then we will meet up on the coast with my team. Naruto added. Team. Yakuranai Yuhi, Shikamaru Nara, Gaara Shubaku, Jiraiya and Kakashi Hatake. Naruto told her as her eyes widened. Kakashi-kun is there? She asked with hopefulness in her eyes as Naruto nodded. He was my Junin sensei. Naruto told her. I have to be going now. Naruto said as he transformed back into the blonde fox. Stay safe. Naruto said before he ran off over to the seal swiped his paw over it making it disappear and he ran through the hole and made it back to his temporary home to see the woman waiting for him. Where have you been? She demanded as Naruto walked to his bed and circled before plopping down onto the bed and fell asleep. I have to find a way into the Tsuchikage's office to listen in on the meetings. Naruto thought as he laid still. He heard the woman walk into her room. He cracked an eye open and saw the light in her room go off and he stood again and sat on his hind legs and crossed his paws and created a shadow clone and had to lay in his spot as he scampered off again towards the Tsuchikage tower. It didn't take Naruto long to make his way to the office and sneak in to see the Yondaime Tsuchikage and a man talking. Naruto scampered over to the two and leapt onto the desk. The two looked at the fox before Naruto snatched a piece of meat off the Tsuchikage's plate and munched on it before laying down on a pile of paperwork and laid his head on his paws. Who is this? The pale man asked. This is a fox that one of my teams found. The Tsuchikage said. Now Orochimaru-sama, how many more people do you need? He asked as Naruto's ears twitched at the name. Well, if you want an unstoppable army I will need as many as possible, Kenji-kun. Orochimaru told him. These creatures will have no mind and will serve the person that has the password. Orochimaru added. These beasts, besides their massive chakra supply, what else is there? Kenji asked. Oh well, because of my ability to gain the Sharingan I have been able to clone the eyes and implant them into the eyes of the beasts. Orochimaru told Kanji and Naruto's blue-slitted eyes widened. Orochimaru went to pet Naruto but he snipped at Orochimaru. Hey, do not worry Kenji-kun, foxes do not like snakes very well. Orochimaru said with a smile before he stood and left. Naruto stood too and slipped out the door before it closed and he ran off. This is not good. Naruto thought. Sasuke was incredibly hard to beat with his curse seal active. If we have an army coming it will be a hard war to win. Naruto thought as he slipped into the house again and dispelled the fox clone and laid down again. With the team had stopped for the night and Gaara stayed up to watch over them. This isn't good, I am getting a bad feeling, something like dread as we get closer to the ocean. Gaara thought. Kyubi sent one of messengers to me, apparently Orochimaru and the new Tsuchikage are in league together. They are creating Sharingan curse seal monsters. Shukaku told him as an audible gasp escaped him that stirred Kurenai from her light slumber. What is wrong, Gaara? Kurenai asked. Shukaku got word from Kyubi. Gaara said slowly. It isn't good. Apparently the Tsuchikage and Orochimaru are in league with each other. The messenger said that Orochimaru is making Sharingan-powered monsters. Kurenai's eyes widened. Naruto also found a woman named Rin. She was said to be dead. Kurenai said. Anyways, I will take over, you should sleep. Kurenai told him. I am fine. Gaara told her. I will stay up and talk with you then. She told him. So how is it having the Shukaku sealed in you? She asked bluntly. It gets difficult. Before I met two strange green monsters it became bearable. Gaara told her stoically. Only Guy and Lee could scare one of the tailed beasts. Kurenai thought. Yeah, they can be a bit odd. Ah, I can still see it, it burns so much. Shukaku yelled in Gaara's head. Shukaku still gets moments where she sees that odd genjutsu. He added. You know, I have never been able to figure out how they cast that and keep it from being broken. Kurenai commented offhandedly. Maybe they open one of the 8 gates to keep it from being broken. She thought out loud. Thanks for listening, I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more what ifs and support the author. See you guys in the next video.